Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Got the final game of this 4-game series as the Milwaukee Brewers take on the Florida Marlins. Can the Florida Marlins finally get a win in this series? Or will the Brewers sweep and leave town? We got leading off for the Brew Crew, batting second, playing second. Batting first, playing second is Vina. Batting second, playing short is Yount. Batting third, playing third is MILWAUKEE. Batting fourth, playing first base is Fielder. Batting fifth, playing right field is Yelich. Batting sixth, playing left field is Braun. Batting seventh, playing center field is Ogilvy. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Nielsen. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is Mike CALDWELL. And for the hometown Florida Marlins, got leading off playing second base is Gordon. Batting second, playing third is Prado. Batting third, playing shortstop is Ramirez. Batting fourth, playing center field is Stanton. Batting fifth, playing right field is Sheffield. Batting sixth, playing first base is Millar. Batting seventh, playing left field is Conine. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Charles Johnson. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is Josh Johnson. Let's get down here to the field and get this game underway. And the lead it off for the Brewers is Vina, batting 154 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Josh Johnson's second start of the year. He's got the lone win for these Marlins. Can he get number 2 here? Get him off of this 4-game losing streak. He's 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Here's the pitch to Vina. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Jeff Conine makes the catch for out number 1. And Robin Yount's up now. Yount's batting 300 on the year, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. Yount's aboard here with a 1-out single. And that brings up Paul Molitor now with a runner down at first and 1 out. And Paul's batting 600 on the year, folks. 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a 17, 15, and 11. And that is going to be a base hit in the right field. And Will Yount trying to make it down the third here with 1 out. That is a 40, 33 arm, and 16 speed. He's going to stop at second. Yount's going to stop at second, back-to-back singles. And now the Brewers are in business here with runners in scoring position. First and second, and only 1 out for Prince Fielder. He's batting 308 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Jeff Conine makes the second catch of the game for out number 2. So it's up to Christian Yelich to deliver here, batting 231 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And nope, that's going to be a big strikeout by Johnson. He strikes him out to end the inning. The Brewers strand 2. Top of the first. Brewers nothing. And the Marlins coming to bat with D. Gordon, Prado, and Ramirez. Gordon's batting .300 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. Mike Caldwell's second appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA. And that's going to be a ground ball down Navina. He fires over the fielder for out number 1. And Prado's up now. And he's batting .217 on the year. He's got no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 43. And that's going to be a ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch here to Prado. Can he take advantage of this count? And nope, it's going to be a slow roller down the Molitor. He fires over the fielder for out number 2. That brings up Ramirez now with nobody on and 2 outs, batting .192 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mike strikes him out. We go to the top of the second. It's tied up, 0-0. You got Braun, Ogilvie, and Nielsen due up. Ryan's batting .391 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson back-to-back strikeouts. And now it brings up Ben Ogilvie now. And Ben's batting .071. He is 1 for 14, folks, with an RBI. And he's going to be 1 for 15, as that's a ground ball down the third, easy play for out number 2. And Dave Nielsen comes to the plate, and he's still looking for his first base hit of the year, folks. He's 0 for 10. And that's not going to get it done. That's going to be a 1-2-3 second inning, a grounder down the third. And to the bottom of the second we go. You got Stanton, Sheffield, and Kevin Millar due up. And Stanton's batting .333 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the leadoff batter's aboard here with a walk. See the team comparisons. You got the Brewers 4-1, 36 runs on 15 homers. And Florida 1-5, 27 runs on 5 homers and have been caught stealing twice. And it brings up Gary Sheffield now with nobody out and a runner on first, batting .095, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a grounder down the short. That should be fielding column 1. Yep, that'll be fielding column 1. And they'll get the lead runner out, but unable to double up Gary as the throw comes in late for first. So now there's 1 out and the runner's still at first. And Kevin Millar comes up. Kevin batting .333 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Mike strikes out his second batter of the game. And Jeff Conine comes up now. And Jeff, he's batting .429 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a team here. Well pitched. No, it won't be. It won't pass ball, maybe. Nope. So it's going to be a rare play on a 40 and a 56. 56 and a 40. That'll be hit out to left field. And Braun's out there. And that's going to be a nice play by Braun. Didn't I say left field? It was a 56 and a 40, right? And I thought it was hit out to left field. And that's going to be, let's see, what was it? It was a 40, right? Yep, a 40 and a 40 and a 56. 16. That's third. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. I thought it was a ground ball. Hold on here. I swear that ball was hit at the left field. So I guess it's hit down the third, and that's going to be an out. Hit down the third, and that's going to be an out. Sorry about that. And how to end the inning. And we go to the top of the third. No score here. And we got Mike Caldwell up. Then the lineup will turn over, and we'll get back to the top with Vina and Rocket Robin out. And Mike is 0 for 3 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson strikes him out for out number 1. And Vina comes to the plate. And Vina's 0 for 1. He's flown out the left his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. And Johnson's in a groove here, folks. His 4th strikeout of the game. Can he strike the side out? Robin Yount's up. He's got the hit here in this game. He's 1 for 1. Singled in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. And we got the Johnsons due up. Charles and Josh, followed by Gordon. Charles is batting 100 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Christian's got it for out number 1. And now Josh Johnson's up. And he's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Molitor over to first for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, and Gordon. And Gordon's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out. And not this time. D. Gordon squares this one up, folks. It's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Marlins. It's going to be a double in the right field. So a 2-out double. And the Marlins get a run in scoring position for the first time with 2 outs. And Prado's up, and he's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy. And that ends the threat. The Marlins strand 1 to the top of the 4th we go. You got Molitor, Fielder, and Yelich. 3, 4, 5 hitters. The big boys coming up. And Paul is 1 for 1. He singled back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson is heated up now, folks. His 5th strikeout of the game. Now you got the Prince up. Fielder is 0 for 1. He flew out the left. And that's going to be against the righty. 14, and that's going to be another fly ball to the left. Conine again makes the catch for out number 2. Let's see if Christian can get aboard here. And he's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that'll end the inning. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Ramirez, Stanton, and Sheffield due up. You see the Brewers' upcoming schedule. They go on back home and take on Washington. And then the Mets come to town. After that, Hanley, Ramirez, followed by Stanton and Sheffield. And Ramirez 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a double in the right field. The Marlins, a leadoff double. In this 0-0 game, Stanton's up now. Can they cash in here? Get a run. Stanton walked back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by Caldwell. His 3rd of the game. And Sheffield comes up now. And he grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That's actually going to be a line drive. If he's a PR, he's not. It would have been a double play. But that's just going to be a line drive down the second for out number 2. Gary hit it hard right at Vina, and he makes the catch. Kevin Millar is up. He struck out. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. So the leadoff double goes nowhere. The Marlins strand the runner. And to the top of the 5th we go. It's still nothing, folks. You got Braun, Ogilvie, and Nielsen due up. Ryan's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. 32 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 1. Nice play by Johnson. He picks it up, fires down to Kevin for out number 1. And Ben Ogilvie comes to the plate. And Ben grounded out. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base hit. He turns on this one, drives it into right field. Gary Sheffield gets to it quickly, cuts it off for a single. Brings up Dave Nielsen. Can he deliver here? And he's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to third his first time up. And that ball's hit hard. And can the Brewers take the lead here, folks? And that ball is driven in the left. Driven in the right field. He goes the other way with it, folks. And he's going to run for a little while. And that's going to be an RBI triple. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Now a runner down at third and still 1 out. And Mike's up. They're going to bring the infield in. Mike is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the third. And he helped his own cause here. It's going to be a ground ball down the short. 55 and an 8. And that'll be probably fielding column 3. Yep. 55 and an 8. With the infield in. And they're going to throw home, and Nelson takes off and is thrown out. That's a 5-2 put out. Now there's 2 outs, and Mike is down at first. Don't understand why he took off on that play with the infield in. Catcher's speed. Not very good base running. Now Vina's up. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Comes back and strikes him out after falling behind 2-0. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. But now it's 1-0 Milwaukee. You got Conine due up here. Followed by the Johnsons, Charles and Josh. Bottom third of the order. Conine's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mike strikes him out for out number 1. 5 strikeouts now for Mike. And Charles is up. He's 0 for 1. He flew out back in the third. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. And now Mike with the lead. Pitching well. He's a front runner here. That brings up Josh Johnson. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Over to first. 1, 2, 3 goes the Marlins. To the top of the 6th we go. You got Yount, Molitor, and Fielder. 2, 3, 4 up. And Robin is 1 for 2. He singled back in the first. And now he's going to do more than single here. He drives that ball into the gap. And right field. Let's see how far this ball is going to go, folks. That's going to be a home run. Rockin' Robin drives that ball a long ways. And that's going to be a 2-0 Brewers lead. Rockin' Robin, yeah. Now we got Molitor up. Leadoff leadoff homer to start this sixth. Paul's 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson bounces back after the homer, strikes Paul out for out number 1. Brings up fielder. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left both times. And that's going to be a 14. And that's going to be the third time. You might want to hit the ball somewhere else besides left field as Conan makes the catch. Third time fielder's flown out to him. Now there's 2 down. And Christian Yelich is up. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a double. Christian gets aboard here. Hits that ball hard in the right field. A 2-out double. And Ryan Braun comes to the plate now with a runner down at second and 2 outs. And Braun's 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Conan. That ends the inning. But the homer by Rockin' Robin makes it 2-0. So we go to the 6th inning, the bottom of the 6th. The top of the order due up here. Gordon, Prado, and Ramirez. And Gordon's 1 for 2. He doubled back in the third. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvie in center. Ben makes the catch on his counterpart for out number 1. And Prado comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be a fly ball out to Ryan Braun for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. And Hanley Ramirez comes to the plate. And Ramirez is 1 for 2. He struck out and doubled back in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Yount. And that'll be a 1, 2, 3, 6. To the top of the 7th we go. And the bottom third of the order due up here in the top of the 7th. Ogilvie, Nilsson, and Caldwell. And Ben's 1 for 2 today. He singled, came around the score in the 5th. That's going to be a base on balls. So Ben makes it down to first. Twice he's been on base today. And Nilsson, he is 1 for 2. He had that RBI triple in the 5th. Can he drive in a run again, folks? Nope, that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. And Johnson can't find the strike zone here in the 7th. And that's going to be not going to be a wild pitch. That's going to be a rare play with a runner at first. A 25 and a 36. And that's going to be a 10. It's going to be hit down the short. Hit down the short. An 8 down there. 56 and an 8 should be fielding column 3. And it is. That was hit down the short. A 25 and a 36. And that's going to be a single 3 short, runner to second, F runner to third. Yep, so that's going to be a single. And the runner's going to get down to third, first and third. Nobody out. Don't have to bring the infield in. They can't afford to give up any more runs. And Mike's at the plate. He is 0 for 2. He is grounded out. And he has struck out. Now he's going to try to bunt just Nelson. No suicide squeeze. He's just going to try to bunt Nelson down the second here. That's what he's going to try to do. So here comes the bunt. And that's going to be a 30. And let's see here. And that's going to be hit down the third. Prado's up with it. His only play is going to be over to first with who covering there? With Kevin covering. So they'll get the runner down the second. Runner on third will hold. So a sacrifice bunt. Now you got second and third. 1 out. They'll keep the infield in. And Vina's up, who is 0 for 3 today. He has flown out and struck out twice. Can he break this game open as David joins us here? Runners at second and third and 1 out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Josh walks, the base is loaded. Sets up the double play. They are going to play back for the double play here. Try to get out of the inning. But this is not who you want up. Robin Yount is 2 for 3 with a homer and an RBI in this game. And that's what I was afraid of. He squares this one up, folks. Turn out the lights. This ball game's going to be over. That is going to be a double in the center field. And most likely it's going to clear the bases with 1 out. We'll see here. 42. Stanton's got a gun out there, so maybe not. I was just looking at Vina's speed. Figured he'd score easily. And a 23. And that's going to be... Do they send him? No, I think they're going to hold him up. So it's going to be a 2 RBI double. Second and third. And only 1 out. And that's going to be it for Johnson. Let's see who they're going to bring in as Ken Castro joins us here. So Josh gets lit up here in the 7th. Once was a 2-run game, is now a 4-run game. And you got a righty and 2 lefties coming up. So Dunn, I think, is going to come into the ball game. And Josh still has 2 runners aboard here, his responsibility. So Mike Dunn comes into the game. I'll have to have the infield in here. See if he can get through this 7th inning, not give up any more runs. This is Dunn's 3rd appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 9.64 ERA. He'll be facing Paul Molitor. He's 1 for 3 today. He is single but struck out twice. And he didn't strike out this time, folks. He just lit it up. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Paul Molitor with a 3-run homer. This made this game 7-0. And the Brewers pounding on here in the 7th. Mike Dunn gives up the homer to Molitor. And now you got Prince Fielder up. And Fielder is 0 for 3. Now you got nobody on. And 1 out and a 7-run ball game. What once was a close game, folks, has turned into a ass whooping again. These Florida Marlins are going to have a rough year. Prince is 0 for 3 today. He's flown out the left all 3 times. And that's going to be the first time he hasn't, because that's a base on balls. And Mike Dunn is not doing well at all here. Homer now a base on balls. And Christian Yelich is up now with a runner down at first and 1 out. And you see the team comparison. Milwaukee 4-1, batting .262 with a .356 on base percentage, slugging .540, and an OPS of .896. And Florida 1-5, batting .202, .280 on base percentage, slugging .461, and an OPS of .741. And that's going to be back-to-back walks. And now they got to get somebody else up as Dunn's getting ripped off here. First and second, still only 1 out, and the Braun is up. And he is 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the game. And that's going to be against the lefty. 7 come 11. Yep. And that's a nice play down there by Prado down at third. Can he turn a double play here? A 52 and a 7. 52. And that's going to be fielding column 3. Yep. So that's going to be They'll get the runner out at second. Can't turn the double play. Braun beats the throw. That'll be a 5-4 putout. Now first and third and 2 outs. And Ben Ogilvy's up. And Ben's 1 for 2 today. He has scored twice. He singled in the 5th, came around the score, and walked in the 7th and scored. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that ends the inning, but it was a 5-run inning, folks. And the Brewers take a 7-0 lead into the 7th inning stretch. You got Stanton due up, followed by Sheffield and Millar. And Stanton's 0 for 1. He has yet to put the ball in play. He has walked and struck out. And he didn't do that this time, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone. Kiss it goodbye. Stanton finally gets the Marlins on the board with a no doubt about it. It's 7-1. And now Gary Sheffield's up. He's 0 for 2. He is grounded into a fielder's choice. Hit the ball hard back in the 4th, but it was right at Vina. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy for out number 1. And Kevin Millar is up now. And Kevin's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times. Can he give him the hat trick? Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Christian makes the play for out number 2. And Jeff Conine comes to the plate now. Jeff's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 and a 65. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. So here's the 0-1 pitch. And he's going to ground out the 3rd. And now to win the inning, folks. 1, 2, 3 goes the Marlins. No, they don't. The home run by Stanton to lead it off. Forgot about that. Gets them on the board. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 7-1. We got Nielsen, Caldwell, and then back to Vina. And he's going to let him pitch this inning. He's due up second. You got 2 lefties and the righty due up. Abe is 2 for 3 today. Got his first 2 base hits of the year. He's got a triple and a single in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss as Dunn strikes him out. And Mike's up now. Caldwell is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Mike. He did have a sacrifice bunt. It's last time up. That's going to be a pop up down the 2nd. And quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. And Vina's up. And he is 0 for 3. He did walk back in the 7th. Came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Conine. 1, 2, 3 goes the Brew Crew. To the bottom of the 8th we go. We'll have Johnson, a pitch hitter for Dunn. And then back to the top of the order. Charles is 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And that's going to be an error as Nielsen can't handle the Baltimore chop. Fumbles, bumbles, and stumbles. And that's going to be an E2. Runner down at first. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Dunn. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. And I think it's going to be Azuna. It's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit. And Azuna is batting .222 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. So Marlins ain't giving up. Down by 6. That's going to be a double in the right field. And with Johnson's speed, he's not even thinking about scoring in a 6-run deficit. So now you got 2nd and 3rd. nobody out, and D. Gordon up. Obviously, with a 6-run lead, the Brewers will play back, looking for an out here. They'll give up a run. Oh, did you just, and they won? Yeah, Ken Castro says he just finished the Apba game with the Marlins, and they won. And Dave says he's going to play some games after work this afternoon. Cool. Yep. And Gordon's 1 for 3. He did double back in the third. And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strike out there by Mike. He strikes out Gordon. Now there's 1 out. And the runner's still at second and third. Prado's 0 for 3 today. He's flown out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And with Johnson's speed, I don't know if he'll be able to score here. That'll be a 44. That'll be a 50-50 chance. And Ramirez is up, so they're not going to send him. They're going to hold him at third. That's a fly ball out to right, not deep enough to scoring. Now you got 2 outs, and Hanley Ramirez is up. So runners at second and third, and nobody out, and they have yet to cash in and get a run out of this. Oh, nothing wrong with that, Ken, buddy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yep. And Ramirez is 1 for 3. He doubled back in the fourth. And he slams this one. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? That's going to be a home run by Hanley Ramirez. And just like that, it's now a 7-4 ball game. We're going to see if Mike can get out of this inning. He's got now nobody on, 2 outs, but he's given up 3 runs, a 3-run homer by Ramirez. And Stanton comes up. He's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a 421 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Paul makes a nice play, ends the inning, but the 3-run homer makes this game a little more interesting. It's 7-4 as we go to the top of the 9th. You got Yount, Molitor, and Fielder due up, and he's going to come out of the bullpen here. I believe Steve's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep us a 3-run game. You got the 2 righties and a lefty. So Steve will come out of the bullpen. And this is his 3rd appearance of the year. He has no record with a 6.75 ERA. And he'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters, Yount, Molitor, and Fielder. Robbins having a fine game, 3 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nice job. Strikes out his first victim. Oh, yeah, working from home, it would be sweet. I agree. Paul Molitor is up having a fine game of his own. He's 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer. At the time, it looked like that was his insurance runs. How big is that now? And that's going to be a ground ball down the Prado. He fires over to first for out number 2. Let's see what year that is for Steve. 2013. Yeah, he was 4-6 with 34 saves. Yeah. 2013. And now you got Fielder up, and Fielder's 0 for 3. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. And he singled back in the 7th, Fielder did. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Now with a runner down at first and Christian Yelich, can he get some of those runs they gave up in the eighth back? Christian's 1 for 3. He doubled back in the seventh. And he did more than double here, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. And kiss it goodbye. Christian Yelich with a 2-run homer here has just given the Brewers a 9-4 lead here. And as soon as the Marlins thought they was back in this game, the Brewers take it away. Now you got a run up, nobody on. All this coming with 2 outs. Braun's 0 for 4. Might be one of the only Brewer without a hit. Let's take a look here. See if he's the only Brewer without a hit. Nope, him and Fielder. Fielder doesn't have a hit. Here's the pitch to Braun. 0 for 4, and he's 0 for 5. Steve comes back and strikes him out, but he gives up the 2-run homer, makes it a 9-4 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. And that's going to be it for Mike. And let's see here. Who's going to come out of the bullpen? Ken Sanders, I believe, is. Got the righties coming up. Not a save opportunity. Sanders is going to come out of the pen and try to keep this a 5-run ball game now. As Mike goes 8 innings. Gives up 5 hits and 4 runs. Give the Marlins credit. They made hay when they could. 4 runs on only 5 hits against him. And this is Ken's second appearance of the year. No record and no ERA. He's got the Sheffield, Millar, and Conine to deal with. Gary's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want if you're a Brewers fan. Walking the leadoff batter. As you see the Florida Marlins upcoming schedule, they go on the road to take on Ken Castro's Phillies, and they stay in Pennsylvania after a 2-game series in Phillies, and they're going to head west, young man, to go to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. And now you got a runner down at first, nobody out for Kevin Millar. He's 0 for 3 today, and he's going to be 0 for 4. That's a lazy fly ball out the center. Ben makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Jeff Conine, who is 0 for 3, batting .300 on the year, though. Can he deliver here? And that's going to be against the righty at 20. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Christian makes the catch for out number 2. Marlins down to the last out. Can Charlie deliver here? He is 0 for 3. Not anymore, because that ball is high. That ball is far. He turns on this one, and that ball is out of here, folks. And it's a 9-6 ball game. Pitch hitter here for Steve. Marlins fighting back. Might be too little too late here. That 2-run homer in the top of the ninth. Huge, huge, my friend. Now let's see who's coming off the bench. They got any lefties? Let's see here. Chris is probably going to come off the bench. Yep. Chris will come off the bench. Coolidge is going to come off the bench. Can Chris keep this game alive here? And Chris, he is off to a good start in the year. Well, not as good as I thought. Batting .214, no homers and no RBIs. But he keeps this ball game alive, folks, as he squares it up. And Sanders can't get this last out. That's going to be a double in the right field. And that might just be it for Ken Sanders. As he gives up a double. Got the lefty coming up. Let's see who they're going to go to. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen, huh? I think they're going to go with their main man, Corey, then. Corey's going to come out of the pen. They don't have a lefty. So that is it for Ken. He can't get the job done. Gives up 2 runs, a runner down at second, and a 9-6 ball game. Noble's going to come out of the bullpen here and try to save this ball game. As Ken can't get the job done. It wasn't a save opportunity, but still, they didn't think they was going to have to worry with a 5-run lead here. Runner at second, 2 outs, and D. Gordon's up. Gordon is 1 for 4. He doubled back in the third. And that's going to be against the righty. Going to be a fly ball. Nope, a ground ball down the short. Yount takes this time, fires over the first, and that's your ball game. But give these Marlins some credit, showing some fight. Making a ball game here in the 8th and 9th inning will fall short. Take a look here at the box score. So the Marlins got swept in a 4-game series here in Florida. Now they're 1-6. 1-6. And the Brewers 9 runs on 10 hits and an error. The Marlins 6 runs, 7 hits and no errors. And Rockin' Robin 3 for 5. Paul Molitor 2 for 5. Christian Yelich was 2 for 4. And Dave Nilsson 2 for 4. The only 3 batters in the lineup, 4 batters. Ovina didn't have a hit either. So 4 batters didn't hit. They were 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. The long ball sure helped. Yount, Molitor, and Christian Yelich all with homers. They left 6 men on base. Hanley Ramirez with a nice game. He was 2 for 4. And the Marlins were only 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Ramirez, Stanton, and Johnson all homered. They only left 4 men on base. Like I say, they made hay when they could. Just not very much happening with this lineup. Mike Caldwell gets the win, his second of the year. He goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. Only 1 of them earned. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 2 homers. Sanders comes in, kind of stinks to join up. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and a homer. And Corey comes in, gets his second save of the year, 1/3 of an inning. Josh Johnson pitches good through 6 innings, but then gets lit up in the 7th. Pitches 6 1/3 innings. He's 1-1 now. 8 hits, 6 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, and gave up a homer. Dunn comes in, pitches 1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a homer. And Steve Kitchens comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 2, but gave up the big homer. And let's check out the standings and leaderboard here in the National League. And the Mets are have a half a game lead over Atlanta. Washington's 2 games back. The Phillies 2.5, and the poor Marlins now are 3.5 games back. And in the Central, you got the Brewers and the Pirates all tied up. You got Houston, Chicago a half a game back, and Cincinnati and the St. Louis Cardinals a game back. And out west, Giants lead by a half a game over the Dodgers. Arizona's a game back. San Diego a game and a half, and the Rockies are 2.5 games back. Paul Molitor with that .560 batting average leading the National League, and Sammy leading with 7 homers and 12 RBIs for the Cubbies. Of course, the ERA leaders at 0, and Mike Caldwell and John Rocker with 2 wins on the year. And you got 4 pitchers, make it 5 pitchers now tied with 2 saves on the year. And Sammy Sosa's leading in MVP voting, and John Rucker is still leading in the Cy Young. And let's see, the next game on the channel is going to be an American League game. Let's see who it's going to be. going to be the Boston Red Sox traveling to Seattle, Washington to take on the Mariners rather. Got the Marlins on my mind. The Mariners. See how many game series this is. 1, 2, 3. Just a 3-game series. So I'm not sure if that's the correct pitching matchup. So we won't say for sure if it's going to be Buchholz and Young. But it will be Boston going up against Seattle in a 3-game series. I want to thank Ken Castro and David for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. It don't cost nothing to subscribe, folks. So smash that button and hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.